versus Prague. Which one is better? I'm Chris.
And I'm Ben.
And today we're going to be debating which is a better place to travel to, Paris or Prague. Ben, which one do you think?
Obviously Paris.
Well, I think it's Prague. So Ben, why is it Paris?
Have you got an Eiffel Tower?
Yes. I mean, no. Oh, we don't have an Eiffel Tower. But, like, I mean, the Eiffel Tower is cool, but, I mean, those waits can be really long, you know?
Yeah, they're really long, and it's the reason why I still haven't gone up it since 1997.
Yeah.
Because the wait gets longer every year.
Right. You know what Prague does have, though, is my little Eiffel Tower keychain that I bought in Paris that I brought to Prague. So...
that is good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know, Chris? Oh, actually, Chris, take a guess. How many steps it would take you to get to the top of the Eiffel Tower? Just take a guess.
1,000 steps to the top.
1,665.
Wow, that is a lot of steps.
That's a lot. Do you think you'd get tired?
Well, I've climbed it, and maybe it's not all the way to the top, right? It's like, so you can climb the base to
that middle part.
To the middle part, right? So 1,600, that's from the bottom to the top?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
You know what that is? That's 1,063 feet.
Okay.
Or 324 meters.
Busting out the math, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, busting out some math here. That's what I do.
Now, the question is, if Topher were to climb it, how many steps would it be for him? Because he has really little feet.
So you go 5 times.
Yeah, a lot. Okay.
A lot.
That panda math is too complicated. But, what Prague does have, Prague has the Charles Bridge. The historic bridge with all the statues that go over the river.
Yeah, that's a very beautiful bridge.
Right. And what does Paris have? Paris has the bridge with all the bridge that has all the locks on it.
The lock bridge.
But that they had to cut all the locks off because they thought the bridge was going to fall down.
That's true. They thought the weight of the locks,
right,
which was probably so many tons actually.
Right.
When you think about what they just took off that bridge.
I guess that makes room for new locks to be put there. But I wonder if that means that their love won't last because the lock was broken off.
Talking about locks.
Mm-hmm.
The Loch Ness. No.
The Loch Ness monster.
Just kidding.
Right.
Just kidding, guys. What do you think of, moving on, what do you think of Czech food, Chris?
I happen to love Czech food, but Czech food is, for those of you who've never been to Prague or the Czech Republic, Czech food is very meat, dumpling, and gravy based. So a typical Czech meal, you'll get some soup, and then you'll get some meat, and you'll get some dumplings, and you'll get some gravy, and you'll get, this isn't a beer, but it's yellow in color, it's iced tea, and you'll get a Czech beer to go with it.
Tasty.
Mm-hmm. That you don't drink beer from a straw.
No way.
What do you think about French food?
You know what?
I don't know what. Tell me. That's why I asked the question.
Paris is the mecca for good eating.
Uh-huh.
Now, you can go to any cafe. You can order a lovely cafe. You can order a sandwich. You can order something to eat. You can get yourself a drink. Sit down, relax, people watch. Fantastic.
What's your favorite food in Paris?
Croissant.
Croissant. Ben speaks the French better than I do.
Croissant.
Very good. Yes.
No, I like ordering. What are they called? They're called jambon beurre. It means it's a baguette, like probably about foot long.
Yeah.
Or Chris's foot, about that long.
Size 14, U.S. size shoes.
Size 9.5.
All right.
So you get a baguette. It gets cut in half. Both sides get lacquered with butter.
Yeah.
There's heaps of butter.
Uh-huh.
Then ham.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. And then they close it up.
Right.
Sometimes a little bit of cheese, actually.
Yeah.
A little bit of fromage.
Yeah. Fromage, good.
Fromage.
Uh-huh.
In the baguette.
All right. Yes.
Avec le beurre.
Oui.
You close it together.
Uh-huh.
Best sandwich in the world.
Actually, when I go to France, I have those sandwiches quite a bit.
How good are they?
Yeah, and they're pretty good because you can just eat them like walking down the street, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a jaw workout, you know, with that bread. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. Right.
What do you think of French pastry?
I love French pastries. My favorite French pastries are the raspberry tarts. Yeah.
With the custard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, custard on the inside and the raspberry on the top.
My God.
Right.
And does Prague do any nice?
Prague has a lot of
desserts?
sweets. They're really big on Danishes, and also...
Danish is in Prague.
Yes, right.
You mean a Pragish?
Well, yeah, the funny thing about Danish is if you go to, like, Denmark, they don't call them Danishes, but they're also really big on strudel, so, like, apple strudel would be really popular in Prague.
With sultanas through them?
So what's up?
Sultanas?
I don't know what a sultana is.
Raisin?
Yes, there would be apples and raisins.
Can I ask you, people in Prague...
What if I said no? Like, you can't ask me.
No.
Then this video would end very quickly, so ask me, Ben.
Now, are they well dressed in Prague? So I'm just going to say one thing.
Okay, I think in Prague they're more casual. I don't think Prague is as high fashion as Paris is.
Yeah, Paris is just the best for passion.
Yeah.
For passion.
For passion. It's a very passionate country.
For passion and fashion.
Uh-huh.
But,
yeah, no.
you can be walking down the street. Sexy people everywhere.
That's true.
Really, it's crazy.
But I will say, related to attire, and maybe this is just me personally, I like places that are more...
relaxed.
Casual? I was staying in Paris at the Creon Hotel, or it's the...
Creon.
Yeah, Creon, I don't know. It's a fancy, like, upscale hotel, and everybody, like Kylie Minogue and Madonna and things like that, they stay at this hotel. When I got there, I was coming in from business, and so I had a suit and tie on. And then the next day, like, I went out for some touristy stuff, because it was a weekend. And I was just wearing whatever, something like this.
Yeah.
And when I went back to walk into the hotel, like, the doorman walked and stood in front of me and was like, "Can I help you, sir?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm staying here." "Oh, okay."
God.
But every day I had my suit on, he didn't step in front of me, right? So it was this very, I was like, "Oh, you have to look like
because you were wearing the suit.
That's right. I looked like I belonged there, and the other day I looked like a bum. So.
You look like a sloppy bum.
That's right.
Now, Chris.
Yes, Ben.
Czech Republic.
The Czechs?
Pragues?
Czechs?
Pragians?
Okay, all right.
Praguarians?
Yeah, I don't know what that's called.
I don't know, because Parisians are Parisians.
They are.
Obviously.
People who live in Prague. We'll call them the residents of Prague.
The residents of Prague. Do they have a beautiful church or cathedral that they would worship or go to? Is there something that they hold dear to their hearts?
Yeah, there's a castle. There's like Prague Castle on the top of the hill, and then there's
castle on the top of a hill.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe that's a podcast topic for another.
Castles on top of hills.
Yeah.
What the best castles on top of hills are.
Definitely.
That's good.
That's another one.
Good. I like it.
Beauty.
But Prague Castle, and then there's like this really old Gothic cathedral that's inside Prague Castle. So that's kind of like their national cathedral. Is there something like that in Paris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Notre Dame Cathedral.
Oh, yeah. It's spooky, though. It's got, like, gargoyles.
And also the Montmartre one.
Yeah.
Up the top.
Right, that one. It's a lot of stairs to get up there.
A lot of stairs.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of... When I went up there were a lot of mimes. Like pantomimes.
Oh, we could mime the rest of this podcast.
I'm scared of mimes.
Probably be okay for the video.
There was... right.
Not good for the audio.
When I went up to Montmartre, there was this mime, who she was, like, pretending she was, like, dead in the road in front of cars.
God.
Like, literally, she
Really?
would, like, pantomime
God.
that she fell in the street and stopped the traffic, and it was very French. It was hilarious.
Oh my god! Did she have packets of ketchup or tomato sauce underneath?
Oh, to make blood or something?
Blood.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but, yeah. Because she'd fall down, she'd get up, and there'd be another car, she'd trip in front of people, and that was just her whole shtick. It was interesting.
Does your, does that famous cathedral on the hill have gargoyles sitting atop it?
I don't think it has gargoyles, no.
Yeah, well...
Yeah.
Notre Dame has gargoyles.
It does, okay.
I think we just one-upped you.
The gargoyles are pretty fierce.
Oh yeah, they've been in a film.
They've been in a film?
Yes.
They've been in a lot of films,
they've been
probably,
Hunchback
haven't
of
they?
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So that was a 1996 film. Not sure how good it was.
Okay.
All I know is that they were portrayed in that film.
All right. Good.
What?
But I think, like, Paris is really expensive.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Paris is very expensive.
And so I think Prague is actually a lot cheaper of a destination to visit. I mean, like, the hotels, too, in Paris are, like, out of control price-wise.
Yeah, that's true.
And last time I went to Prague, I stayed at, like, a Courtyard by Marriott. It was, like, $60 a night. And it was a really nice room. I mean, it was, like, a room like this.
Like this,
Yeah, and Prague, some people say it's expensive, and those are people who never leave like the kilometer around the center old district. It's like if you're in the touristy district, then meals cost $50 and hotels cost $400 a night. But if you get just outside of that, then things are super cheap and reasonable.
Yeah,
priced.
Paris is super expensive.
Yeah, cool. Well, hey, we're at about 10 minutes on this. Do you have any final thoughts on Paris?
How about this one? If I say something, you've got to tell me the equivalent in Prague, okay?
All right, let's do it.
The Louvre Museum. The Louvre Museum.
Yeah. There's, wow, this should be rapid fire, and
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, I have to think more. See, because Ben prepared for this, and there's this museum. There's a museum about a guy. Okay, how about I do this one? In Prague, there's like a museum about communism. There's like the Communism Museum that tells you about the history of communism in the Czech Republic. Yeah,
Did you know that the Louvre Museum is the world's largest?
Did you know that in Prague they have a blacklight theater? And like they have like the Yellow Submarine in the blacklight theater?
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I know it has nothing to do with the Louvre, but it's right next to the Communism Museum, which is why it came to my head.
Does Prague have anything equivalent of the Arc de Triomphe? Some central area where down the Champs-Elysees and you got cars that whip around the roundabout.
Yeah, so the Arc de Triomphe in Paris is impressive.
There,
yeah, and the roundabout is crazy.
I would never
drive on it. Yeah, it's insane. I think the equivalent of like the center of Prague is Wenceslas Square, and there's this like Wenceslas Square. It's a so
that's a tongue twister.
It is a tongue twister, but there's two parts. There's this one main street that goes up from. So there is a big museum in Prague at the top of this hill.
Oh, yeah.
There's a guy who famously like burned himself at the top of this thing to protest communism. But then down below that street, there's the main square that has the astronomical clock.
Oh yeah.
If you were there, you might have seen
really
the astronomical
cool.
clock.
That's really cool.
Every 30 minutes it chimes. And the funny thing about that clock is I visited Prague a number of times when it was still a communist country, before it was like open to the world. And when I went to see that clock before, there was literally nobody. Like I was literally the only person, well, and my mom, because I was a kid, standing there watching this clock. And the last time I went back to that clock, there were like hundreds of people. I mean, it was almost like hard to find a spot to watch the clock.
It is hard to see the clock with all the people there.
Right.
I've got a funny fact about the Arc de Triomphe.
Okay.
Now, North Korea's modelled the Arc de Triomphe on their own Arc de Triomphe.
Seriously?
But that is called the Arc de Triomphe. Like
Okay.
the Arc de Triomphe. It's in the centre of Pyongyang.
Wow.
It stands at 60 metres. 10 metres taller than France's or Paris's
You know what?
Arc de Triomphe.
So I think
How funny is that?
That's pretty funny. I mean, I think we found out who the winner of this podcast is, or video. It's not Prague or Paris. It's Pyongyang.
Kim Jong-un country.
That's right, KJU.
KJU.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, hey, let us know which one you think is better, if it's Prague or Paris.
Or Pyongyang.
Or Pyongyang, right? The 3 Ps. Prague, Paris, Pyongyang.
Oh my
It's
God.
the P-cubed podcast.
He was going for Pyongyang.
And pandas. Right. Yeah. It's probably more bamboo in Pyongyang.
Yeah, probably.
We're not going to let Topher go. He doesn't have his own passport.
Yeah,
so.
you can't go.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. If this was your first time here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're watching it on YouTube, if you're listening to the podcast, then make sure to subscribe to the podcast.
Make sure.
Ben the Travel Man podcast. There's a link in the description to that if you just want to listen to this as an audio or listen to our previous couple ones on San Diego versus Melbourne, or
Melbourne.
yeah, or Los Angeles versus San Diego. All right.
We'll see you soon, guys.
Peace.
Bye.